Ever wonder why some men can ignite a woman's desire in an instant, while others fade into the background no matter how hard they try? It's not about wealth. It's not about looks. It's not even about smooth talk. The real secret? Every woman has hidden triggers, subconscious switches that ignite attraction in mere seconds. And here's the kicker. Most men are completely unaware of them. But as a woman, I'm here to pull back the curtain. I'm about to unveil the 10 unexpected ways men can turn women on instantly. Once you grasp these secrets, you'll stop stumbling in the dark and start leading with confidence. Stay with me, because what you're about to learn will transform your approach to attraction forever. Let's dive in. The power of presence. Forget looks and money. The fastest way to turn a woman on is presence. When a man walks into a room and owns it without saying a word, every woman feels it. Presence is like an invisible force. It's in his posture, his calm eyes, the way he moves slow and steady, never rushed, never nervous. A man with presence doesn't beg for attention. He commands it. And here's the truth. Presence hits us before attraction even makes sense. A woman might not notice your shoes, your bank account, or even your face right away, but she will feel your energy. The way you stand tall, the way you hold eye contact, the silence you're comfortable with. These tiny signals flip a switch inside us. Suddenly, she's curious. She feels that spark in her chest, even if she can't explain it. Weak men destroy this instantly. They fidget, over-explain, talk too fast, laugh nervously, or seek approval with every glance. That energy screams insecurity, and it kills attraction before it starts. Strong men do the opposite. They move with purpose. They speak slowly, like every word matters. They look at a woman as if they already know she'll respond. Presence is desire. It's the first thing that makes us weak. Long before touch, long before words. A man who masters presence doesn't chase women. Women chase him. If you don't control the room, you'll never control her. That's why presence is the most powerful hidden trigger, and the one most men completely overlook. The deep voice and steady tone. One of the most underrated ways men turn women on instantly is with their voice. You don't need to be movie star handsome or built like an athlete. If your voice carries strength, women feel it deep in their body. A deep, steady tone does more to spark desire than most men realize. Why? Because your voice signals confidence, dominance, and control. Evolution wired women to respond to it. A calm, grounded voice tells us, this man isn't nervous. This man isn't fragile. This man is in command. And that alone creates attraction. Think about it. A man who talks too fast, too high-pitched, or filled with nervous laughter makes us feel like we're dealing with a boy. But a man who speaks slowly, clearly, with weight behind every word, that man feels like a leader, a protector, someone we can lean into without even questioning why. And it's not only the sound, it's the rhythm. Men with control don't rush their sentences. They let silence breathe because they're not afraid of it. They don't over-explain. They don't try to fill every gap. That calm delivery makes us lean closer, waiting for the next word. This is why women are drawn to men who can command a room without shouting. It's the steady, unshaken voice that makes us weak, the kind that makes our pulse quicken before we even realize it. Your voice is more than sound. It's a trigger. And when you master it, women feel your presence in every word. The walk-away effect. Nothing makes a woman more obsessed than a man who can walk away. It sounds simple, but it's one of the most powerful triggers because it flips the script instantly. Most men chase. They beg for attention. They overtext. They tolerate bad behavior just to keep a woman around. And every time they do, attraction dies. Why? Because desperation kills desire. Women can feel when a man is afraid to lose us, and that fear makes him weak. But when a man is willing to walk away, when he shows he values himself more than our approval, everything changes. Suddenly, he's rare. He's not one of the endless guys competing for our attention. He's the one who makes us compete for his. This doesn't mean you play games or act cold for no reason. It means you have standards. If she disrespects you, you don't argue or plead, you step back. If she plays hard to get, you don't chase harder. You pull away and let her wonder. That's the walk-away effect, the ability to let go without fear. And here's the truth women won't admit. We respect it, we crave it, and it makes us want you even more. Because the man who can walk away is the man who doesn't need us. And nothing turns a woman on faster than realizing she could lose the one man who refuses to lose himself. The walk-away effect is scarcity, it's mystery, it's power, and it's a hidden trigger almost every man overlooks. Emotional control. If there's one thing that separates boys from men in a woman's eyes, it's emotional control. Nothing kills attraction faster than a man who loses his cool over small things, snapping at the waiter, complaining about traffic, or getting insecure when another guy glances her way. Here's the truth. Women test men all the time, whether we admit it or not. We push, we provoke, we throw little challenges. Not because we want drama, but because we want to feel your strength. A man who stays calm when he's tested instantly becomes more attractive because it shows he's unshaken. He doesn't fold under pressure. He doesn't lose himself over small things. And that calm isn't weakness, it's power. When you can keep your emotions in check, you send a message, I'm in control of myself and nothing can rattle me. That makes us feel safe. It makes us respect you. And more than that, it makes us want you. Weak men let anger, jealousy, or insecurity control them. Strong men control those emotions. They don't need to prove themselves with outbursts or overreactions. Instead, they let their calm presence speak louder than any outburst ever could. Here's the secret. Women are naturally emotional. We feel deeply, we react quickly. But the man who can ground that energy, who can stay solid no matter what storm we throw at him, that man becomes irresistible. Because emotional control isn't just discipline. To us, it's dominance. The power of touch is one of the fastest ways to turn a woman on instantly, but only if you do it with confidence and control. Most men either avoid touch altogether out of fear, or they rush it in a clumsy, needy way that kills attraction. But when a man knows how to touch a woman the right way, it changes everything. It's not about being overly sexual from the start. It's about subtle, intentional touches that speak louder than words. The way you place your hand gently on her lower back as you guide her through a crowd. The way you touch her arm when you laugh together. The way your handshake lingers a second longer, steady and firm, not weak or hesitant. These small touches send a powerful message. I'm comfortable in my skin. I'm comfortable with you, and I know how to lead. That calm certainty is what makes the touch electric. Weak men either keep their hands to themselves and radiate nervous energy, or they touch too much, too soon, and come across as desperate. Strong men use touch sparingly, but with confidence. And every touch feels deliberate, like he knew exactly what he was doing. Here's the truth. Women notice everything about touch. The pressure, the timing, the intent behind it. And when you get it right, we feel it instantly, in our body, in our breath, in our desire. Because a man's touch isn't just physical, it's psychological. It says, I know how to handle you. And nothing makes a woman weaker than that. Leadership energy. Every woman feels it the moment a man carries true leadership energy. It's not about barking orders, trying to control everything, or acting like a dictator. It's about moving through life with decisiveness, direction, and quiet confidence. And here's the truth. Leadership is one of the biggest instant turn-ons for women because it makes us feel both safe and excited at the same time. Leadership reveals itself in the smallest moments. It's when you take her hand and guide her through a crowded street instead of waiting for her to lead. It's when you say, "I'll pick you up at 8, dress classy," instead of nervously asking, "So, what do you want to do?" It's when you book the table, plan the date, and move with certainty, instead of being paralyzed by indecision. Most men don't realize how unattractive hesitation is. When a guy constantly says, "I don't know, what do you think? I don't care, whatever you want," it doesn't feel polite, it feels weak. And weak energy kills attraction because it forces us to take the masculine role. Women don't want to be the ones making every decision, carrying the energy, or steering the direction. Deep down, we want a man who leads with strength so we can relax into our femininity. Strong men don't over-explain. They don't need approval for every move. They trust themselves. And that self-trust makes us trust them too. A man with leadership energy doesn't just create attraction. He creates comfort, security, and desire all at once. Because when a man leads, a woman feels she can finally let go, stop overthinking, and surrender to the moment. And that surrender is powerful. It's what makes us lean closer, listen deeper, and crave more of him. Leadership energy isn't about ego. It's about presence, clarity, and direction. And that's why it's one of the most magnetic triggers a man can master. The right kind of humor laughter is one of the fastest ways to a woman's heart. But not all humor works. Most guys think being the funny guy means acting like a clown, forcing jokes, or trying too hard to get attention. That kind of humor doesn't attract us. It repels us. What truly turns women on is a man who uses humor with confidence, timing, and just the right edge. The right kind of humor isn't about being the loudest in the room. It's about being playful, quick-witted, and unafraid to tease us just enough to spark tension. When you can make a woman laugh without looking like you're trying, it creates chemistry instantly. Because laughter lowers our guard. It makes us feel comfortable, connected, and pulled into your world. And here's the secret. Humor is a sign of intelligence and confidence. A man who can make light of a situation, who doesn't take himself too seriously, shows that he's in control of the moment. He's not shaken by awkwardness. He bends it into something fun. That's powerful. Weak men either avoid humor completely, taking everything too seriously, or they push it too far, trying to impress with constant jokes. But strong men know balance. They can be playful without losing respect. They can tease without being cruel. They can turn tension into laughter, and laughter into desire. Women are wired to love men who can make us laugh, not because laughter alone is attractive, but because of what it represents. It shows strength, wit, and ease, qualities that make us feel both safe and excited. And when a woman feels that mix, her attraction to you deepens instantly. The right kind of humor doesn't just make her smile. It makes her imagine what life would feel like with you, full of joy, energy, and spark. And once she feels that, she won't want to let it go. The protective instinct. Every woman is drawn to the man who makes her feel safe, not just physically, but emotionally and socially too. Protection is hardwired into our biology. When we sense a man can shield us from harm, guide us through chaos, and stand strong when others fold, attraction fires instantly. But here's what most men miss. Being protective doesn't mean acting aggressive or looking for fights. It's not about flexing or proving how tough you are. The strongest men don't need to show off. Their calm presence already tells us, "I've got you." Protection shows in subtle but powerful ways. It's the man who naturally walks on the side of the sidewalk closest to the street. The man who notices when she's uncomfortable in a situation and quietly steps in to guide her out. The man who speaks up when someone disrespects her, not because he's insecure, but because he values her. Weak men stay silent when they should act, or worse, they expect the woman to handle it all. Strong men, on the other hand, create a shield without hesitation. Not in a dramatic way, but in a calm, steady way that makes her feel safe the second she's by his side. And here's the truth. When a woman feels safe with you, she relaxes. She lets her guard down. And when she lets her guard down, her attraction deepens. Because she knows you're not just another guy chasing her, you're a man she can trust. Protection isn't about muscles. It's about presence, awareness, and the willingness to act when it counts. And that protective instinct? It's one of the most powerful triggers for instant desire a man can ever embody: ambition and drive. Here's a truth most men never realize. Women are far more attracted to where you're going than where you are right now. Looks, money, and status might catch attention for a moment, but what really hooks a woman's desire is ambition. That fire in your eyes that says you're chasing something bigger than yourself. Ambition is magnetic because it shows purpose. A man with drive doesn't wake up to simply exist. He's building, creating, pushing, moving forward. And when a woman feels that energy, she knows she's standing next to a man who won't settle, who won't stagnate, and who won't let life pass him by. Weak men drift. They wait for luck. They complain about opportunities, and they let life decide for them. That energy kills attraction because it feels empty. Women don't want to attach themselves to a man with no direction, because deep down, it makes us feel unsafe. Strong men set goals, and they pursue them with focus and discipline. And it's not about being rich or famous. Ambition can be seen in the man who works tirelessly to master his craft, build his business, or create the life he envisions. That drive, that hunger, that refusal to stay average, it's intoxicating. Here's the secret. Ambition isn't just about success. It's about growth. Women are deeply drawn to men who are constantly evolving, who refuse to stay stuck. Because ambition tells us one thing clearly. If he can lead himself towards something greater, he can also lead me. And when a man has that vision, that unstoppable forward momentum, we don't just feel attracted. We feel compelled to be part of his journey. That's why ambition and drive aren't just sexy. They're addictive. Mystery and unpredictability. If there's one trigger that separates unforgettable men from forgettable ones, it's mystery. Women are wired to crave curiosity, that feeling of not fully figuring you out. When a man is too predictable, too available, too obvious, attraction fades. But when he carries a layer of mystery, we can't help but lean in, wanting more. Mystery doesn't mean playing games or being manipulative. It's about not giving everything away at once. It's about revealing yourself slowly, layer by layer, in ways that keep her intrigued. When a man holds back just enough, when he has depth, stories, and parts of his life that unfold naturally, it pulls us in. And here's where unpredictability comes in. A man who surprises us, who doesn't follow the same boring patterns as every other guy, keeps our attention sharp. Maybe it's taking us somewhere unexpected for a date. Maybe it's switching from playful to deeply serious in a moment. Maybe it's showing us a side we didn't see coming. That unpredictability keeps attraction alive because it makes us feel like we're on a ride we don't want to get off. Weak men overshare too soon, reveal everything about themselves in one night, or stick to safe, routine behavior. Strong men understand the art of pacing, knowing when to reveal, when to hold back, and when to surprise. And the truth? Mystery is addictive. When we can't fully pin you down, when you keep us guessing just enough, our imagination fills the gaps. And trust me, a woman's imagination is one of the most powerful engines of desire. That's why mystery and unpredictability are the final lethal triggers. They don't just create attraction in the moment, they make sure it lasts. Because when we can't fully solve you, we'll keep chasing until we do. So there you have it, the 10 hidden triggers that spark instant desire in women. And notice, none of them are about money, status, or perfect looks. They're about energy, presence, and the way you carry yourself. Most men will never even know these exist. They'll keep chasing with gifts, compliments, and effort, while women quietly pull away. But you now have the playbook. Master even a few of these triggers, and you'll feel the shift instantly. The way she leans in when you speak, the way her eyes light up when you enter the room, the way her desire for you grows without her even understanding why. Remember this, attraction isn't logical, it's emotional. And when you learn to spark those emotions, you don't have to chase women anymore. They chase you. So start practicing these today. Build your presence, strengthen your voice, control your emotions, lead with confidence, protect, surprise, and above all, keep that air of mystery alive. Because when you do, you're no longer just another guy. You become the man women can't resist.